This morning I'm working on making a worm farm out of a 55-gallon drum, or whatever, however many gallons that is. These are the type of tanks that we get here, and I know you can pick them up by pretty much anywhere in the world. And cut one in half, just measured across, just pretty much measured the length in several places, and then I used a chalk line and snapped a line across that, and then snapped a line across the top, and then matched that line and the bottom line and snapped those lines, and that gave me my sides, and just used a jigsaw and cut it out. So it's not perfectly square. I got distracted. The kids were playing and kicked the soccer ball back in here, and I kind of went zoop on the corner over there, but hard to tell. I'm sure the worms probably won't mind. Anyway, I wanted to show a couple of things that I'm planning to do, and then we'll see how it goes as the project continues. One thing I noticed, I've seen some people making these online, and they've talked about pulling out the worm tea and everything, and they put a tap in the hole there. Well, or they put it on the end, you know, maybe on the below it. But still, if you look here, this is the water level. This is how the water's actually laying in this one. Now this thing I've got it standing on is not perfectly level, I know, but it's pretty close. And this is the thing that I think you have to look for. You just see where your water level is, where your lowest point is, because that's where you're going to want to put your tap to get your worm tea out of. So here's where mine is right in the center. Not really surprisingly, these things are a little bit fatter. I mean, if you kind of look at it, it's smaller on this end and fatter in the middle and smaller on this end. So it's pretty obvious that this is going to be the most likely point to be the lowest. And so I've got a little bit of soap in here. We use this is a really good soap for cleaning this up. This had oil in it, like food oil, and it was really nasty stuff. I mean, it came out in clumps of glunky looking, whatever that looks like. I mean, it's pretty nasty. But I used a piece of cardboard and just scraped out the most of it, and then I used some paper towels and this soap here that we get in a tub, and it's dishwashing soap, just regular dishwashing soap, but it comes in dry form. And then you use a rag like this when you're washing dishes, and you just wet this and then do that. It's kind of interesting, but boy, it really cuts the grease. And so any grease cutting kind of a soap probably would work well for you. Anyway, I've washed this out, done a first run. I'm going to wash it again before I try to put worms in it. But I washed it there last night and let it just kind of settle, and you can see the soap residue in here, as well as the water is more right here in the center. And I'm pretty lucky it's got a line on here that you can kind of tell that's where the center is. And also, if we look on the end, I mean on the outside, we can see right where that line is, and hopefully you can see that right there. You can see the line where the seam came together, and also where that center line is. So that's my lowest point right there, and all I got to do is drill a hole in that, put a tap in to get the water, and that'll give me a place to get my worm tea. Now I'm going to open this end for certainly to get air inside, and I'm going to have to figure out exactly what I'm going to do for supporting some wire mesh. I've got some wire mesh right over there that I'm planning to use. That's 1/8 inch, so it's real tiny, should capture everything but water basically, and should be okay. The worms shouldn't be able to get through that, I think, and you know, the eggs won't go through and the dirt won't go through too much anyway. So that's my plan. Now here's the other thing that I wanted to talk about. I saw a guy build one of these online, And he built it real nice, put wood around it and put it up on a stand and everything. And I really liked what he did. That's why I'm working on mine like this. But here's the problem. How do you clean it out? And I'm thinking that I want to put a tap right here in the center and a tap right over here in the center. Maybe even run a rebar all the way across. I kind of doubt I will. But anyway, the whole idea is to make it where we can tip it and make it easier to get the dirt out. So anyway, that's my idea. We're gonna see how it works out. I've yet to play with this very much, but we found some good topsoil the other day. Well, the director's been bringing it from her university where they're working on a project, and they've got a lot of topsoil. They're putting a new university building in, and they got a lot of new topsoil, and it is just teeming with worms. I mean, this is the kind of stuff you dream about if you're looking to have good soil that's been produced by worms, and it's got lots of worm castings already in it. So I'm thinking what I want to do is go ahead and put that in here and let them continue to live in the soil that they're doing, and let them continue to eat and produce more through that. And then here in a while, they've not totally consumed it because it was topsoil, so it's not like it's really ready for, you know, just worm compost only. But it's very rich already, and we'll probably use that to start here. And it's already got worms in it. It's already got eggs in it. So yesterday we opened up one of the bags, and in probably, I don't know, 15-20 minutes, we pulled out over 50 worms. They're all red wigglers. So we were very excited about that, because that almost 1/4 again added to our current worm population. So we're trying to get enough worms that we can consume this 25 pounds of produce that we have every week. So this is going to be one of the worm farms. We've already got one in the front, and the two together ought to make something really good. Anyway, that's the start of this project, and we'll see how it develops over some time.